everybody. I hope you're well. I can't believe we're at the end of April and going into May next week. I feel like I'm just getting used to the fact that it's 2019 and already we're nearly halfway through the year. I'm super excited about my Miracle Mondays coming up. They are starting on May 13th, and they are a new monthly workshop series focusing on miracles. So the miracle mindset and choosing love, which is actually the theme of this month's videos. And the topic for May is going to be decision making. So I'm super excited about that. As well as I'm super excited about a workshop that I'm giving with life coach Linda Black. The two of us are collaborating on a workshop for women in time for the summer solstice, and that's going to be on June 15th. So stay tuned for more information about that. And today I wanted to talk about the April theme is on choosing love. And I wanted to talk today about how it really is a choice. You know, we have free will. We can choose how we think. We can take a step back and pause and realize that how we feel about ourselves, for example, how we feel about the situation, can be viewed through the lens of love, or it can be viewed from lack. We can see it as a possibility. We can see it as everything being in our favor, you know, a situation, everything, no matter how challenging it is, things are always in our favor. And I think that in times like those, when you really have to grasp for moments like that, when you really have to grasp in times of huge challenge to say, how is this situation supporting me? How is this helping me to grow? Because ultimately that's the point of life, is soul growth. You know, so we have to look on a very deep level, not necessarily on the level of conscious or in terms of our desires, what we want most at this time. We have to look at, how is this helping me in the long run, in our ultimate choice? And when we take that step back, now let's, for example, talk about self-love. This camera angle is weird. When we're talking about self-love, one thing I never realized is that that's a choice. Self-esteem is a choice. The way we feel about ourselves is a choice. And it took reading Susan Jeffers' book, Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway, that really helped me to realize that we can wake up and the way we feel about ourselves is a choice. And actually at every moment of every day. And I understood that I choose how I feel about myself. And I make that choice of every moment of every day. And it might be something that we need to constantly remind ourselves throughout the day. And that's what the miracle is a change in perception from fear to love. It's a change on the inside, a change in the inner condition. And when you start doing this work, you realize how everything is on the inside, because everything that we think is inside of us, like our career, our relationship, that's actually outside stuff. It's just a reflection of what's going on in the inside. Or it's part of our soul path to be experiencing that situation, which again is a reflection on the inside. So not necessarily anything happening in conscious thought. And you know, I really love this topic because for me, I feel like you don't need anything else. Is when we learn to choose the miracle, when we learn to choose love, we start to see all the possibility around us. We start to see how life has our back, how everything is preparing us for what we want, how you know, for example, even some things that I want are taking forever to manifest, but I think that my lesson in this lifetime is patience. It's really about patience. And, you know, I totally get days when I'm feeling frustrated and I'm thinking, oh, it just feels like nothing's on my side. And then something materializes and there is so much joy in it because I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I waited for this. Or, you know, for example, I got a nice chunk back on my tax returns, and that money I wasn't expecting. I wasn't actively trying to manifest it. I just felt it was my time. And I was like, wait a minute, oh my gosh, where did that come from? No, it's so exciting and such a relief because, you know, there's so many expenses with relaunching a business. So I definitely needed that. And definitely it came at the right time. I think I was in a kind of a really dark place at that point, and I just needed a shift, and that came as this amazing surprise when I really had not expected it. So it's in choosing love that the miracles happen. And I'm not saying that if you don't choose love, then good things don't happen. That's not the case, because good things are coming to us all the time. But we the only control we have is in our choices and the way we approach any situation. And that's where we influence things, is with our choices, because every thought, every belief, every action, every emotion that we feel, everything that we do has vibration to it. So when we choose love, a higher state of consciousness, we've got a higher vibration. And so all these wonderful things just naturally come to us. So, you know, it just shows, hi, who's there? Thank you for the like. I'd love to know who is there. Thank you for watching. So, what was I saying? So in fact, every time we choose love, we go to a state of higher vibration. That's almost, you know, I want to say that's actually all the action we need to take, is choose a higher state of being, because it flushes out what no longer serves us. It gets us into this really wonderful state of receiving. We've got a higher and cleaner vibration where there aren't, you know, any obstacles. Things just come to us. And then yes, sometimes we need to take action, but the action we take is just inspired action. It comes naturally to us. So it doesn't even feel like work. And sometimes even just by sitting in, you're feeling good. That's all you need. You don't necessarily need to take an outward action. So the whole point of this video is to say that love is a choice. It has an impact. We have a choice about how we feel about any situation. We can choose faith or we can choose fear. And what will happen is it's easy to choose faith when things are going swimmingly well. But what of course will happen in order to test your faith is you get a series of really huge challenges. And to stay in faith, which is, if you read the Course in Miracles, or if you're a student of the Course in Miracles, it talks about staying right-minded. And that choice to stay right-minded is going to be asked of you all the time. Now, the fact that it's being asked of you all the time doesn't mean that you're bad at it. It just means that that's the nature of it, because it actually gets harder to do, because you will get more challenged. And I don't know if there's ever a place where things just go swimmingly, in the sense that it's your response to it that has to shift. And so when we're choosing love, we're choosing to be connected to higher self, to be connected to more depth, more wisdom, a higher state of consciousness, to be so much more connected to the world than just be sitting in a negative place. And when I say negative, I mean, I don't mean to judge it in terms of good and bad. I'm just saying, like, negative feels heavier. Negative to me is a place that's less productive. So why wouldn't you choose a higher state of consciousness if it's a place that's more productive to you? You know, make life easier on you. And so when we make this choice, you know, it adds up to lots of impact. You know, they talk about, I don't know, going to the gym. You know, you go to the gym every day and you see the results. It's the same thing. When you choose a higher state of being, you really start to see the accumulation. I think you know what I mean. You'd start to see the result of everything, of all the choices you've made. And like I said, we always have free will, and we can choose it at every time, at every space, you know, whenever we need. And it's really when we are wanting to be the most fearful, is that that's when we want to be the least fearful, the more in faith, because that's the point. It's asking us to dig really deep into our faith. And yeah, I mean, when you start doing this work, it's really interesting when you start to see how life-changing it is. You can actually feel yourself shift into this higher place. Like when I'm in a lower state of vibration, it's like my chest hurts. I can really feel that on my heart. When I choose a higher state of vibration, I feel so much lighter. And you know, it changes my being, because I'm so much more at ease with myself. I'm so much more at ease with the world. Imagine what the effect of that ripple effect out in the rest of the world. So choosing love is actually a game changer. It's something that you can do, something that I would suggest you do, because it will change your life, and it's something to be done at every point in the day. So I'd love to know if that helped you, and how, and about other topics that you might want. And I'm going to be back with more videos. Well, I'm doing videos every Monday, so please stay tuned. And also please join me on May 13th for the first Miracle Monday. Take good care. Bye.